Nerd morning, everyone. My name is Jeremy, and today I'm with my brother John, and we're going to be talking about gaming, gatekeeping, and mobile gaming. So I think there's a lot to be really discussed here because, like, gaming has to have like a definition or like to be a gamer. Because if you don't have any type of boundary, then you don't have a word or a term or a group.
Yeah.
But also you don't want to be like gatekeeping people out who are legitimately a part of that group and want to be a part of that group. And like I think that there's a lot of that going around, which is super negative and harmful.
Oh yeah, there's tons of that. Kind of like anything, there's lots of communities that get built up around gaming, and like anything, it's infested with trolls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they have crawled out from under the bridge and they're everywhere.
So like what is a gamer? If we were to define what is a gamer, what would you say?
I would say it is somebody who enjoys uh, interactive digital content on a regular basis.
Wow, that was a pretty broad term. I like it. Yeah, I interactive visual content is essentially games, right? Video games. And yeah, I would say you have to be someone who plays video games in order to be a gamer. But I'm not going to say like you have to be playing a game every waking moment. Like that's not what a gamer is. And anyone that says you're not a gamer because
you're not
like
you're not a gamer, you're not obsessed.
Yeah. That's I think not super logical. I think that like if someone's like I've played a game one time, that doesn't necessarily make you a gamer.
Well,
but
there's people who read maybe Lord of the Rings once in their life, and then they put it down. They never really pick up any other novels ever. They did their one thing. They can talk to their Tolkien nerds friends.
Yeah.
But 5 years later, they maybe pick up another novel. I would not really consider them much of a reader.
Okay. But if like there's someone who like reads regularly, maybe they're reading, I don't know, once a week or something like that, like maybe then you could say, yeah, these guys are readers. They pick up a book, and enjoy that at the weekend. Like, yeah, that counts.
I'm not going to say it's a stressful number, I would say. I'm not even going to say what number
I don't think it necessarily has to be a quantification.
It doesn't have to be a quantification or a quota, but that there's kind of a logical amount which I would call a frequent enjoyer.
Do you enjoy video games regularly? If yes, yeah, you're a gamer. And you should be totally counted in that. Even if, like, the only game you play is Fortnite. And, like, there's a lot of negative talk about Fortnite for lots of different reasons, and I'm not even going to touch that. But, like, let's say that's the game you love, and that's the game, the only game you play. But you play that on the regular? Are you a gamer? Yeah.
Yeah,
you regularly are playing a video game. That counts. I think another thing that there's a lot is, like, there's this like hierarchy of gamers that I see people talk about. And I think that this is something that I think is toxic and not right. Like people will say, oh, like PC gamers are like the gamers with the like, cool gamer chairs and there's that.
And PC Master Race, the console wars. Then there's the people who just get Nintendo products. They're just enjoying their Animal Crossing on their Switch, and they're just looking at me like, you guys are crazy.
Right. And like all of these divisions, all of these classifications or whatever are all gamers. And like if you are an individual who loves Animal Crossing and you play Animal Crossing all the time, but you don't like do shooter games, you don't do multiplayer online games, you don't do like any of that other stuff, are you still a gamer? Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that there are different kinds of gamers.
Sure.
So to disqualify somebody by saying you only play one type of game or you like this category of games, I feel like this, again, gatekeepy and very rude and it's exclusionary, which isn't very positive, so it's not my favorite thing.
Totally. And one of the things I think is mobile gamers. Mobile gamers get, I think, this the most. They say, oh, you play such and such a game on your phone? That doesn't count. You're not a gamer. And I disagree. I think if you regularly playing games and one of your consoles or maybe even your exclusive console system device of playing is your phone, I think that counts. You're regularly playing video games.
I would agree based off of evidence from things like Pokemon Go
Totally. Yeah, good
as
example.
a good example. I know people who've logged hundreds of hours, way more hours than you would in an open world game, where people are known to sink like 300 plus hours into Skyrim easy without
Sure.
breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
And
I know I've done that
yeah,
on like Breath of the Wild, easy.
yeah, and then mobile gamers, they play hundreds of thousands of hours because I'm sitting at a bus stop waiting for a bus. I'm gonna go catch that random Pikachu that showed up.
Yeah.
And it's very casual, and I guess it's the casual aspect that makes some people not like mobile gaming.
Yeah, I think that may be like an aspect of it, or they think that like if you can jump in on a game for 5 minutes and then jump out, maybe that's like a thing that they're trying to quantify. I think ultimately there's a bit of it that people who are into something, they really love to something, they want to feel like they're important or superior, and so they have to be able to make some type of divide, and I don't think that divide is legitimate. Like for me and you, we're like talking about Pokemon Go. We both play Pokemon Go. You have played more of the Pokemon console games than I have. I have played a lot of those, but I haven't played all of them. And I have played more Pokemon Go than you have. And like in that way is like, oh, who's the bigger fan? Who's the bigger gamer? Like ultimately, like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. Mobile games are kind of, in a comparative way, kind of like reading comic books. Yeah, they're kind of small, simple, very accessible, but that's the whole point.
Yeah,
And
that is the point. And is reading a comic book reading versus reading a epic large novel reading? Yeah, they're both reading, and here they're both gaming. It's just it's designed and intended for a little bit of a different audience. But also one thing that's totally worth note is that mobile gaming is a huge sector of the video game industry now. It has been growing and growing in both popularity and spending and revenue for companies.
It is one of the most profitable.
Yeah, it's a big piece of this pie. And if we say, oh, well, even if like over 50% of gaming is on mobile, we're going to like cut that group out, that's really disingenuous to the whole community.
Kind of, yeah. This is why I personally like to just live by the mantra of just let people enjoy things.
Totally.
Because
totally.
It's so much happier when you're focusing on enjoying things instead of focusing on like, well, I hate this, and this. And it's such a negative way of looking at things. But if you're just letting people enjoy things, you might be finding more stuff to enjoy.
Yeah.
I was a lot more of a console gamer, and then I put one or two games on my phone that I actually truly enjoy.
Yeah.
And if I have time that I just need to waste getting from point A to point B for something, I can pull out my phone and just enjoy a small little thing for a minute.
Totally. Yeah, I think it's a really good thought. Ultimately, I think that like you like playing video games, you enjoy that, you're a gamer. Count it. Be part of that group because you are part of that group, and that's great. And don't let people tell you otherwise. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we're right here? Do you think that we're wrong? Were there different thoughts that you guys had? Put those in the comments below. We'd love to hear your ideas. And we really appreciate you guys watching. You can also find Nerd Morning on other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you can find those all at Nerd Morning. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.